Well, coronavirus is here to stay. There was a wildfire a couple of days ago. Most everyone is snowed in tonight. You know, at this point, we're just awaiting the plight of locusts and four scary men on horseback. Okay, no, not really.
Not really. You know, at least we have each other. And we have Netflix, and even with all the closures, the weather really has made this the first night we have to stay in. Nobody should be out on those roads tonight. The snow has been falling hard really and steady since this afternoon. Interstates, including I-25, have been shut down on and off all day long.
And there is more snow to come by the time this passes. Some of you will see nearly a foot of snow, and our team's out covering this weather coronavirus combo, and boy, do they have a lot to tell you about.
First, though, Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson, his hat and your forecast. Mike?
All right, we're up here on the roof of our building here at Spear and Lincoln, and it's blowing and snowing pretty good, although I think it's going to start to taper off a little bit here. The roads are wet from this vantage point, but later on as temperatures drop, they're going to get icy. Let me show you the radar picture. The red L on the map that's out on the Kansas-Colorado border, that's the center of the storm, and it's rapidly moving away from us. That's good news because otherwise this storm would linger longer. Let's take a look zooming in on that radar. Show you what's happening along northeast Colorado. Heavy snow bands continue to swirl around that low pressure system. We are under a blizzard warning until 6 a.m. across northeast Colorado. That includes southeast parts of Aurora all the way out to Kansas, Nebraska. Winter storm warnings continue from Denver's I-25 corridor up into the mountains. Worst of this is now shifting to the east with a major blizzard raging now in the northeast plains. We have a Viero camera in Akron where they've had gusts to 60 miles per hour. It's nasty out there. A lot of roads closed there. The upshot on all of this is the heaviest snow is going to push farther to the east. Both the colder temperatures, the strong winds, a lot of icy roads tonight. A lot of closures expected, not only along I-25, but especially out farther to the east, 76, 70, and the other U.S. highways and county and state roads as well. For more on the roads, let's go to my colleague Gary Brode with the latest.
Yeah, and Mike, I wanted to touch on what you're talking about with the winds, also creating some pretty rough visibility. We're about a quarter mile away from Empower Field, and you can barely see it just over my shoulder here. Now, the one good thing about not a lot of people being on the roads today is that CDOT were able to clear the roads really quickly. Now, I want you to just keep this in reference. Typically around this time at 6 o'clock, you'd be looking at a traffic jam, but looking at clear roads, but we are seeing a lot of wet roads. There's a lot of standing water here at the end. Now, earlier today, CDOT did say that they wanted everyone, if they could, to get home by 2 o'clock. Here was their decision and why.
We knew there wouldn't be as many motorists on the roads because of COVID. A lot of people are working from home, but there are still people going to work, and we wanted to make sure that they would get off the roads as soon as they could.
Just to give you a heads up here, the 25 Gap project, that area has been closed. CDOT is saying to avoid the 25 project for at least tonight into the morning, so plan accordingly if you typically drive in that area. Now we're going to send it over to Liz Giroldi in the Tech Center. Liz.
Well, you know, we were just on I-25. The roads are in fact slushy, and when you look on the roads, it might not look like a lot of snow has fallen, but take a look right here. You can see just how much snow, probably about 6 inches on the grounds. And again, it's not really translating to sticking on the roads, but it's making for an icy, slushy mess. I know there were a couple of times that we had difficulty stopping, and CDOT says that's actually because there's not that many cars on the road, and usually cars help to kind of clear that snow as it's falling, keep things moving. But because so few people are on the roads are getting slushy rather, and I could see things turning icy here pretty quickly as well. We know lots of plows are out in the metro area, and if you don't have to be out on the roads, the best place to be is at home. Reporting live, Liz Gilardi, Denver 7.